There are 4 types of men who pay women to sleep with them, and I've been with them all because I was a provider of that very service for 6 years. None of these 4 types of men are what the stereotypes suggest. Let me share them with you. Number 1, men who fear rejection. These are men who crave connection, but they feel too anxious, too unworthy, or too socially inexperienced to risk being turned down. For them, paying isn't about entitlement, it's about safety. A guarantee that someone will say yes without fear of humiliation. Number 2, men who lack intimacy, physically and emotionally. Plenty of my clients were married, but over time, the intimacy in their relationships dried up. Sometimes they hadn't been touched in years. What they paid for wasn't just the physicality, it was closeness, eye contact, vulnerability, the kind they no longer felt they could ask for elsewhere. Number 3, men who are ashamed of their desires. These men didn't want someone to perform for them. They just wanted to be accepted. They often carried shame from religion, culture, or even past trauma. And in a paid context, they could finally speak their wants aloud without fear of judgment. It was really less about getting off and more about feeling human. And number 4, men who seek pleasure, connection, and satisfaction consensually. This is the most misunderstood group. They're not broken, they're not lost, they're just people who understand what they want and choose to get it in a way that's respectful, consensual, and clear. The truth is, most men who seek out paid intimacy aren't deviants. They're not predators, they're not proof of society's decline, they're just human beings responding to the same core needs we all have: touch, connection, acceptance, and freedom from shame. And if we really want to understand this world, we need to stop arguing over subjective morality of individuals' behaviors and start understanding the reasons behind it.
So you have this woman, I'm gonna be real brief and quick. She says that it's 4 types of men that pay for the box. It's funny how they always kind of like come up with these names for being a prostitute or an escort. I believe she said men who fear rejection, men who lacks intimacy, were 2 of them. And she said something else. Men that like to do freaky shit but don't want to be judged for it. And then men who wants consensual, connection and sex and intimacy. They want consensual. So, the fear of rejection thing, I mean, as a man, if you fear rejection, I mean, how are you a man then? You know what I'm saying? The world rejects you. You got to fight through rejection. And, whether you in sales, you deal with rejection, whether you at work, you deal with rejection. The world rejects men by nature. And that's what makes us better in the long run and hard in the long run. That's why we get rejected off the rip. So a lot of these dudes who fear rejection, at the end of the day, how you fear something that hasn't happened? How do you know unless she says no? So what's the fear? If she say no, just keep it moving. There's no need to engage or, you know what I'm saying? If you go to 10 girls and all 10 of them say no, then it's something about you need to change. So the whole fear of rejection thing, you're just, you're just a male. You're not a man. Rejection comes standard stock with men, right? And then you go to, she said that men who lack intimacy. So basically married men or men that go without sex. That's not too shocking. Most married men, it makes sense to go deal with an escort because there is no footprints. There is no footprints. There's no residue left over from dealing with an escort. There's nothing left to do. There's nothing left. So I can deal with you, keep it moving. The escort, unless she try to extort you, what are we talking about? Unless she tries to extort you, there's no thing about it. I know I used to work at a plant and dudes was married or in long-term relationships and they paid for it all the time. It was a huge thing around there. They would pay girls to come up there and these dudes would be married. These dudes would have long-term partners. They would have newborn babies and they would pay for women, pay for sex all the time. They would come to the job, pay for sex, catch STIs and be on WebMD. And yeah, that's a huge thing because there's no history. And that's the scary thing. But guys that's in relationships, so they don't blow their cover. They turn to tricks, but they don't ever think about these tricks are not the cleanest people. You don't have it like that. You know what I'm saying? But, that's a different story for another day. Then basically she was saying the third was guys who who has sexual fetishes, that they're ashamed. You know what I'm saying? And my thing is this. I've seen women, you know, on social media say they do things to guys that, you know, I hear like Corey Holcomb say, yeah, what you do with a woman, I don't consider that, you know, YAG. I do. I don't care if it's a woman or not. If you let somebody, you know, put something on and shove it up your thing, that is. I don't care what nobody say. Woman or no woman. You know what I'm saying? She pounding you from the back. Like, absolutely not. Or however they do it, spread eagle. Like, get out of here. Like, niggas talking about, y'all spread my legs open and let her. Like, never. To be in a submissive position as a man for allow a woman, and it's like, I don't even know why guys even allow that to happen. Like, how do you feel like a man and you spread an eagle? Like, but yeah, weird shit like that and rear fetishes and to be dominated and all that type of stuff. And they don't feel open with their partner. They can do it. And what those guys don't understand is they partners. But a lot of women, you know, they don't want to be open like that because of fear you're going to judge them. A lot of women got a lot of crazy fantasies. Go look up the craziest fantasies that women really want. You will be surprised. And I always say a woman is as open sexually as you make her. She would do anything. If she fuck with you like that for real, she damn near do anything sexually you want to do with her because you supposed to lead in the bedroom. But most guys be too scared to lose a woman. And that becomes boring and predictable. You have to do new things. You have to be spontaneous. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you walk through the door, you just got to rip her clothes off and dog her out. You know what I'm saying? And there's other times where you got to sit. Man, I ain't getting into it, but a lot of these guys, they just got weird fetishes that they scared. It may not even be just weird fetishes, you know, but instead of talking to their partner about it, they scared to lose it. And the same thing for women. They scared to lose the guy to talk about it. So to me, I'm not surprised. I believe you see that. And then she said men who want consensual sex, intimacy, time. So basically, I take this one as, you know, guys that just, they don't want a wife. They don't want a girlfriend. They want to pay for it. And they want to be kind of like consistent tricks. You know, they want sugar daddies. That's basically what they are. A lot of prostitutes have consistent tricks. So they have guys that they trick with, that they may kick it with, and they know a lot about each other, but they consistently do this on a day by day or a week by week basis or a time by time basis. So instead of paying a chick to have her or being with a chick and, you know, she come over, they just cut that time out. They want to kick it, smoke, eat something, chill, fuck. This can be for a 4-hour period, 8-hour period. It can be a weekend. And then boom, I see you next weekend, or I see you the second weekend in every month, or the third weekend in every month, or every other weekend, or every other day. They just want a consistent trick. That's all that is. Prostitutes have consistent johns where they kick it with. Some they might even like go kick it and just be kicking it like that and have fun. And that's just what they do. You know, that's just what they do. They don't want the responsibility. They want the fun. And most people say that sounds like fun. But I mean, if you in the real world and you can pay a bitch just to be with you in the real world, believe it or not, if you got your own bread, house, car, and all that stuff, there's women that will just be with you to have fun. Believe it or not. You don't have to go fuck with a prostitute for that. Go get a single mother for that. like y'all be killing me. You know, and people say, who's cheaper? It could be. But like I said before, you 1 in 5 niggas sharing a bitch knowingly. You know what I'm saying? At least that single mother got them children to keep her like occupied. That's another story for another day. That's all I had, man. Hope y'all enjoyed the video. Hit the link in the description, join the Patreon. Peace.